us, what is it? Is it a physical wall?
It's not a physical wall. It's a wall, but it's not a brick wall, right? Yeah. So it's a mosaic of activities. It's a mosaic of sustainable land and water management activities that will be taken in this in designated countries, designated areas. Here we are talking about agroforestry, land restoration, rehabilitation, economic activities, socioeconomic activities. It's a bit of everything that would lead to resilience.
What was that process like, convincing countries that this is an important initiative?
The good thing about this initiative, it was initiated by the head of state, not by partners, it was initiated by the head of state. It was a sitting head of state, the then head of state of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, that said, look, this issue of land degradation, desertification leading to drought is too much. And there is a need to block the advancement. There was the salinization, the advancement of the Sahara desert. They said there was a need to stop this 2 centimeters annual advancement. So they brought it to the technicians, which is rare. So the head of state discussed among themselves and created this program and gave it to the technicians to work on.
You were one of the speakers at the Global Landscapes Forum in Marrakesh last year in 2016.
It was great. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. Why was that an important platform for you to discuss this initiative, and what changes or progress on the initiative have you seen since?
Oh, you see, the initiative, I think it was important that we talk with, Global Landscape is one of the big forums that we can showcase, we can connect to practitioners, sympathizers, and people who are concerned about the health of our landscape and the soils. So it was very important that as a flagship program of Africa, because the main flagship program when we talk about land restoration now, we needed to be part of the Global Landscape Forum. Since then, a lot have changed. A lot have changed. We receive a lot of press. I go on YouTube sometime when I start to see myself talking in it, which is also important. If you look at what we call emerging issues related to land degradation, if you look at the extreme poverty that is now being related to land degradation, you look at the nexuses that are existing between poverty, migration, security issues. If you were in orders during the UNCCT COP13, there were ministers of interior, ministers of security, and most of them from the dry lands of Africa, who are now talking about land degradation, land restoration related to security, which is great. It's not great that we are having these programs, but it's great that the issues of land and poverty of land and the health of land is being looked from a landscape point of view.
What is the importance and the role of Africa in the global restoration agenda? How important is Africa's part in what we're trying to achieve in the UN sustainable agenda?
If you look at the UNCCD, going back, when it was created, they said this was an African convention. It was called an African convention, but now I think the world have realized that it's not land degradation is not an African thing, which means the role of Africa have been very important in leading UNCCD. If you look at initiatives like AFR100, if you look at platforms like Terra Africa, you look like the Great Green Wall, it's going above the limits of Africa. The Bond Challenge. The Bond Challenge is not about Africa, but Africa is actually leading in the implementation of the Bond Challenge. And now, Africa is very important. We are a global player now. I think that's where we are leading at the policy level. Because if you look at the Great Green Wall, we are now exporting activities of the Great Green. We are now supporting projects in Haiti and in Fiji, which is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
looking forward to the future.
Sure. We are very
Thank you so
positive about the
much,
future.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.